Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Trenny and C. We've got a very specific episode.
Yeah, this is going to be good.
Yeah, specific audience, really. Really just one person.
Yeah.
PewDiePie. PewDiePie.
Pewds. Pewds, this is for you.
This is for you, Pewds. If you didn't know, recently PewDiePie did a couple of whiskey episodes.
You did.
He has 57 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But he wants our 1,400.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you don't have enough. How would you feel if we started doing video game reviews?
Yeah.
On our Sega Saturn?
Yeah, well,
anyway,
we wouldn't be very good at it. But
no, we wouldn't. But anyway, so PewDiePie did a couple recent episodes. In the first one, he specifically was talking about Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
Pewds has a love for Japanese whiskey.
Which is fair.
Yeah.
Delicious stuff.
It's great stuff.
Yeah.
And then in his most recent episode, he reviewed several scotches.
Yeah.
Tell the people, we made a list.
He reviewed Akatoshin, Tomatin, Aberlour, Lafroig 10-year-old, Strathisla, and Oban.
Yeah, so he got into some good stuff.
He got into some good scotch. Those are all nothing to shake your head at. Those are nice ones. However,
yeah, he's missing out.
He missed out. He's missing out. Pewds, you can't start with a real peaty scotch and work your way down. You got to kind of start, lower percentage and that. I mean, there's no rules, but it will kill the flavor. That's all.
But you know what?
I'm sorry.
He learned from his first episode. In his first episode, he was doing a tumbler glass, and then people were like, "Drink out of a Glencairn," and then he did. In the second episode, he drank out of a Glencairn. So I think moving forward, he's watching. He's watching our videos, and he's learning. And that's
he loves training. See, clearly,
everybody does.
Everyone does.
Okay, let's get to the point here.
Okay.
The point is, you can't drink just Japanese whiskey and scotch.
That's right. You're missing out on many markets.
Yes.
You're missing out on the rest of Asia, the other Asian market.
Yeah.
You're missing out on... We're Canadian boys. You're missing out on the Canadian market. And there is some delicious Canadian whiskey out there.
Canadian whiskey's come a long way.
And
actually, he's missing all of North America.
Yeah, bourbon. Where's your bourbon? But, hey, this is your chance to get engaged with us, Trenny and C, and we'll show you some real good recommendations that Pewds, I think you are going to like.
Stick around.
Stick around.
Trenny and C, drinking whiskey, describing all the flavors for you and me. Irish, Scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
Alright, we're back.
We are back.
Pewds, this one's for you. You know that, buddy. So, DM us on Twitter. We've got something for you.
Yeah.
Follow us. DM us on Twitter. Okay.
Follow us even more than you already do, because we know you're a super fan already. But, hey.
Yeah.
Okay, so first and foremost,
We want to recommend a bourbon.
we're going to go a little further down south.
Yeah.
And we're going to start, and you could probably get this where you're from.
Yeah.
This is Old Forester. This is kind of their standard version, bottled at 43%. Delicious stuff.
It is.
It's a great introduction to bourbon.
They make some even better stuff. They've got the Old Forester Prohibition, 1920, but that's like cask strength 57.5%. So we're going to start you here, Pewds.
Yeah, so this is a good one.
Just a little splash.
Yeah, the 57%er is really, really nice, but
It's aggressive.
it's in the beginning of a whiskey tasting, you always want to start with the lower percentage, work your way up.
Starting at 43 here.
So this Old Forester, it's just so buttery and beautiful stuff.
So easy drinking, Pewds. You're going to love it.
It's got a little bit of that rye spice on the finish. Doesn't need water. It is a delicious bourbon.
Yeah, you can drink it neat easily. How many very nice would you give it?
I would give this a solid 4 very nice
Out of 5.
Out of 5, yeah.
4 very nice, Pewds. You'd like this. So that's Old Forester. Here's a zoom in, Pewds. Find it at your neighborhood store there. Okay.
Wherever you shop for liquor.
Wherever Pewds shows up and buys his liquor. Okay. I think he
Chances
probably
are.
does it online.
Yeah, or people just send it to you
Yeah.
by now, don't they?
Speaking of sending it to you, we're gonna move on. Put that glass out. Let's put these glasses down here.
That was like a weatherman segue.
Yeah.
Speaking of
moving on.
okay.
Okay, the next thing that we have, this is a better bottle. We'll drink from this bottle, but Pewds, we will actually send you this bottle. You can see it is not cracked. It's brand new. We want you to try this one. We want you to have this one. This is J.P. Weiser's Union 52. Is it a 16-year-old Canadian whiskey?
16-year-old Canadian Wisers, obviously, and then a 52-year-old Highland Scotch.
So they mixed 52-year-old Scotch.
52-year-old Scotch.
With the 16-year-old Canadian whiskey. It's right in here. It should have been Jim Murray's Whiskey of the Year.
Easily.
For Canada,
Yeah.
anyway. Canadian Whiskey of the Year. It crushes everything else that we've tasted by a mile. We will send this to you, Pewds. We'll send you the full bottle uncracked. DM us on Twitter. But for now, we're going to taste it because this is our Canadian whiskey recommendation. Now, the reason that you actually need to DM us on Twitter to get your hands on this is because it was bottled for BC only. That's British Columbia, Canada, and there's pretty much none of it left. Just like our bottle here. It is hard to find. There's pretty much like that much of it around other than this full bottle that we have.
Here.
I'll put the pretty one up here.
Yeah.
So, again, 16-year-old Canadian whiskey mixed with 52-year-old Highland Scotch.
It is delicious stuff.
And there is nothing like it out there.
There's nothing bad about this one. This is instantly a 5 out of 5 in the very nice department.
This is by far a 5 out of 5. Very
This
nice.
might be higher. This might be higher.
This might be 5.5 out of 5. Very nice.
Yeah, bottled at 45%. Beautiful stuff.
This is 5 very nices and a brofist. Double
Exactly.
brofist. Okay, so the nice thing about this
It's gone. Mine's gone.
yeah,
It's too good.
There's a little bit of smoke on the end. It's like really great Canadian whiskey, and then you get the scotchiness on the finish.
Yeah.
It just shows up, and it's like 52-year-old Scotch, really?
And
Holy
both
sh-
ages complement each other really well because 16 years old is a real good highlight for a Canadian whiskey. And then obviously 52 years old, you don't get that anywhere in Scotland. They probably, maybe use like an ounce per big batch, but you can genuinely taste the Scotch in there. So
This one's 45%
really
alcohol.
Yeah.
So that's why we drank it second. This one was 43. Then we moved up to the 45 Pewds.
Yep.
And
So I think we gotta move on to our final
oh man,
market here because
I just want to drink the rest of that.
I know it's just so good. So as we said, you're missing out. You did your Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
And all excellent choices, absolutely. But you're missing out on some of the best whiskey on the planet, which is
Yes.
Taiwanese whiskey.
Oh, and we're talking about Kavalan. Yes, we have the puny bottle here today, but we're gonna crack this one specifically for this video here.
Yeah.
We don't want to crack a full bottle, but this is the Kavalan Vino Barrique Solist cask strength. This is like
57% alcohol.
This is like the cream of the crop.
This is the
57%. This is a tiny little kid. Picture this, but bigger, Pewds. I mean, can you see that with our terrible lighting? Zoom. Come on, camera. Zoom. No? Maybe? And here's a picture of this, but bigger. Anyway. So we're going to try a little bit of that. The other thing that we have that you might want to get, Pewds, is the taster. This is the Kavalan taster. This one has 10 test tubes.
Yeah, it's the Jurassic Park egg, we call it.
Yeah. It's got all of the good shit
Like,
from
look at-
Kavalan.
Just look at how beautifully packaged this stuff is.
And those are
so
just
cool.
tasters.
So cool. Anyway,
Oh, and I should mention that Pewds, if you're gonna buy Kavalan, you can do it online by just going to the Kavafan Facebook group and look for a guy named Larry Shane. Larry, it looks like Showen. And Larry's like the Kavalan master. Anyway, crack.
We've got some nice Cavalan glasses here to pour it into. I'm going to crack this open, brand new. Some of this.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful little crack there.
Okay.
Let's try
This is
this
a treat.
guy.
This is a treat.
This is a huge treat for us. Ooh, just this bottle here in Canada probably costs like $50. This
Just
little
a
tiny
little
bottle.
bottle, yeah.
So, if you can get your hands on some of this stuff, oh man, instantaneously. Delicious, rich. Okay, sorry, go.
Sorry, I just want to drink
Let's
it.
drink
I just
it.
want to drink it.
Woo! That is absolutely astounding whiskey.
The thing that's interesting about Cavalan Pewds is that it is very tropical.
It is.
The taste profile that goes in there is like, there's nothing like it.
No, there's like pineapple, there's like dry coconut, there's coconut water. But it got it all.
It's almost like it's like a scotchiness.
There is a it is a single malt.
Yeah.
It is technically a single malt, so it's from 100% malted barley, but it just has its own characteristics. And what's kind of interesting about the Taiwanese whiskey and the Cavalan specifically is it's in a region where it ages much quicker because of the climate. And so like this is probably maybe 6 years old max. And look at the color. Look at the color on this one. Anyway.
So, to recap, we said get yourself in the market on some bourbon, Pewds. Get this specific bottle of Union 52 from us.
From us. Direct message us.
It's free. You will not regret it. It is delicious stuff. And then get in on some Cavalan.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
all
amazing
very, very, very good stuff. Again, this is 50%, 7% alcohol, so I suggest, not everyone does this, but I do like a tiny bit of water. I put a bit in already, but you just put a little bit in, and it does actually open the flavors up. And we kind of disagree on this, but...
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying that I like mine neat.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. Well,
Anyways, thank you for tuning in, Pewdie.
we hope to hear from you, buddy.
Yeah, so...
And for those people that don't know PewDiePie, all you have to do is watch his video called Seagulls.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
It's pretty fun.
It's our recent video. It just shows like it's funny. It's funny. Look it up. It's Seagulls.
All right,
Stupid.
Brofist.